Hey, good evening, good evening. Thank you for tuning in. Let me go ahead and go live on Instagram. Check the connection. Hey, Instagram, good to see you this evening. Come on, I'm gonna let some people come into the room. I'm going to give people a few moments to join. Really excited about this topic tonight. It's gonna be good. And I don't intend to be before you very long. Hey, Janae. Hey, Tasia. Y'all are fabulous. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to give people a few moments. Let me know that you can see me and hear me okay. If you can, want to be sure that everyone is able to hear what we about to talk about, because it's going to be good, and I don't intend to be before you long, but this is going to be very good. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to give people just a few more moments to join before we go ahead and get started. Y'all know that I don't normally advertise when I'm going live. I normally just say make sure your notifications are on, because you never know when your girl is going to pop up and be live. But I did want to put this out there because this topic just hit me yesterday, and I'm going to talk about it for a little bit. Hey, Tamasha, thank you for joining. Let's see what we got. All right, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and get started because we have given people almost 2 minutes to join. I told y'all I was going to be going live on Facebook and Instagram at 6:30 Central Time. And y'all know your girl is a punctual individual. I do not play with people's time. I don't play with their money. I don't play with much. So I want to be respectful of everybody's time. So thank you so much for joining me. If you are new to me, my name is Candace Washington, also known as the Client Curator, and that's because I am all things client experience, client retention, client satisfaction, just client everything. I'm super client and customer focused, and so that is my jam. Hey, Shamika Dean, how you doing? So that is my jam, and that is my gift, and I just thank God for it every day. And so that is why they call me the Client Curator, because I am all things client focused. And so I also help small businesses scale from 6 to 7 figures through their client retention, through their client maximization, through making sure that they are getting as much revenue and as much money out of every single client as possible. That is what I do. So going to talk a little bit with you today about Dubsado and Honeybook. Like I said in my post when I told y'all this live was coming, y'all acted like I cursed and swore and said some curse words. Everybody was like, oh, not Dubsado, not Honeybook. Don't come for my platform. Don't come for my system. And yes, I'm coming for your systems and I'm coming for your platforms. And I'm going to tell you why. So we are going to get into it. Now, let me just tell you off top, I have used both Dubsado and Honeybook. So what I'm going to tell you, what I'm going to share with you is not what I think. It's not what I've heard. I've actually used both of those platforms. And they are not bad platforms. They're excellent platforms. They have a lot of great capabilities. They do a lot of great things. They are a go-to for many in the service-based entrepreneurial space. And they do a lot of great things, but they have some very key limitations. And so I just want to talk about that for a moment. If you followed me, if you saw what I posted earlier today, whether it was on Instagram or it was on Facebook, I talked about how we as business owners, we think that running our businesses is all about us and what we want, what we like, and what works for us. And that's just not the case. Your business is not about you. Your business is about the clients that you serve. And so being a business and being a CEO and being all of those wonderful things, it's not about what you like. It's about what your business needs and what your clients need. And so you have to make sure that you're always firing on all cylinders, that you are operating in excellence, and systems have a lot to do with that. They have a lot to do with how effective we are in doing our business, running our business, serving our clients. They are very critical to all of those things. And so, a few things I want to talk about for those who may be unaware. If you're running a successful business, that's great. But in order to grow your business and to scale your business sustainably, you need three things. Really just need three things. You need SOPs, period. I know Tamasha's on here. She's the SOP queen. You need some SOPs. You need renewal business. So recurring revenue, you need to keep your clients coming back and buying more and paying you more. That is the key to sustaining a successful business. And then you need data. Businesses don't run off of our feelings, off of our emotions, off of what we think. Our businesses run off of data. That's how effective businesses are run, because data allows you to make strategic decisions. And so absent data, you don't really know what's going on in your business. You don't know what's working and what's not. You don't know what's connecting with your clients and what's not. You don't know how much each client is bringing in and which clients aren't bringing really much of anything in. And so you really, really need your data to be on point, in your face, so that you can make some strategic business decisions. And so let's get into talking about Dubsado and Honeybook. Now, again, I have told you, I have used both platforms, so I'm not here to curse Dubsado. I'm not here to curse Honeybook. I'm just letting you know, depending upon where you want to go in your business, they may not be the right platforms for you. I'm just, don't shoot the messenger, So, Dubsado, the reporting that they do is very limited in terms of analytics. And I just told you how important it is to have data when you are running a business, when you are trying to grow a business, when you are trying to sustain scaling your business. And so in Dubsado, their analytics are very, very, very limited. You can see your income and expenses. You can see your net profit. You can see the total number of inquiries or leads you've gotten. And that's pretty much where Dubsado stops for analytics. That's about all they give you. Now, again, it's a great platform for managing your clients, managing your contracts, managing your scheduler, all of those great things. It's wonderful. But again, business isn't just about sending contracts and scheduling calls. It is. Those are very key elements to running a successful business, but it's far bigger than that. So let's talk about Honeybook for a minute. Hey, Shauna. Hey, Gina. Hey, Emily. Okay, so let's talk about Honeybook for a minute. Now, Honeybook actually does give you quite a bit more in the way of analytics. You can look at the number of proposals that you've sent out, the number of invoices, the number of projects that you have. You can look at the total value of all the bookings that you've had in your business. You can look at your collected payments, your outstanding payments, your refunded payments. Hopefully you ain't got many refunded payments, because we don't like to do that, but we will do it if necessary, right? You can look at your leads per lead source. You can look at your leads value. So basically the average dollar value per lead source that you have, your conversion rate, which is how many of your leads are turning into actual paying clients. And then you can look at the length of time that it took to go or scale somebody or take somebody, convert somebody from a lead into a paid client. So all of that is great. So again, Honeybook offers you a lot more in the way of analytics for your business. And those are great things. Like, all of those are necessary metrics that you need to be covering and that you need to be collecting and reviewing and monitoring, all of that good stuff. But here's what both of these platforms are missing. They're missing revenue projections. You need to be able to project your revenue. If you're trying to grow your business from 6 to 7 figures, you need to be able to project what you're going to make next quarter. What are you going to make next year? Those projections are critical to the growth and the scaling of your business. You need to know your client lifetime value. So how much are your clients worth? Do you know? Do you know how much your clients are worth? Every single client you have, do you know? Like, if I asked you, and I am asking you right now, think about some of your clients that you have. Think about all of them. Do you know how much each of those clients is worth? If the answer is no, you're falling short. I mean, y'all know I just shoot straight. I don't really sugarcoat much. So, hey, you get what you get. You need to know your churn rate. So how often are you losing business, and at what rate are you losing business? That's key as well, because if you're not replacing that churn with additional revenue, then you're going to start taking some losses. And we don't like taking losses in business. So do you know that? Do you know your net promoter score? That's basically the level of satisfaction that your clients have with doing business with you. What is their loyalty to your business and your brand? Do you know your NPS? That's what net promoter score is, NPS. Do you know that score? Do you know your revenue growth rate? How quickly your revenue is growing from one month to the next, from one quarter to the next? Do you know that? These data points and these metrics are all key to growing your business and running a successful business. If you're not tracking these metrics, and these are just a few, these are just like the base, the standard metrics that every business owner should be tracking. But if you're not tracking those things, then you're behind. You're behind, because there are businesses out there that are tracking these metrics, and they are making strategic business decisions based upon these numbers. If you don't have data, how are you making strategic business decisions? That's what I really want to know, because data is the only way to move. Data, that is how businesses operate. It's data. You need to be able to know what you're spending versus what you're bringing in. Which clients are worth the most money to you in terms of the money that they spend with you, in terms of the referrals that they send to you. Do you know all of this? And if you don't, your business is going to stay pretty much where it's at. It's going to stay stuck. And so this is why I say Dubsado and Honeybook are really creating stagnation. Because absent this data, you can keep running your business and doing a good job, but is a good job enough? Are you going to be able to make the impact that you're called to make in this world doing a good job, or do you need to be doing a great job? Do you need to be doing an excellent job? You're right, Emily, data don't lie. It doesn't. Because let me tell you something, as a business owner, being a business owner and building something from the ground up is one of the most challenging things I have ever done in my life. Period. And in those times when I get in my feelings and I start to think to myself, oh, this isn't working, or oh, this, or woe is me, or whatever. And I think every entrepreneur, if they were honest, would admit that they've had those moments. And those moments, what I have to turn to is the data. Because the data is what puts me back in my place and say, oh, okay, it's really not as bad as I think it is. It's really not as bad as I feel it is. Your feelings will deceive you sometimes. And so that's why we have to look at the data. Email marketing, John, if you missed it, you can go back and catch it on IGTV later. I will be uploading this video so you can go back and watch the replay. But thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. So we have to have the data so that we can remember what we're doing and really keep everything that we're doing in perspective, and also so that we can grow our business and take our business into greater stages. So I'm not saying don't use Dubsado and Honeybook. I'm not saying that whatsoever, because as I told you at the beginning, and I've told you throughout this live, I have used both Dubsado and Honeybook, but they will only get you so far. And Excel, because a lot of entrepreneurs are still using Excel to track their numbers with all these formulas and everything. Well, Excel or Google Sheets, whichever version you use, and insufficient systems will only get you so far in your business. So is the reason that you are not going to the next level, is the reason you're not hitting where you're supposed to be, you're not hitting your stride, is it because you have insufficient systems? Very well could be. That may not be the reason, but I guarantee it's probably one of the reasons. We cannot undervalue the importance of the systems that we use in our business to run our business and to serve our clients. So if the systems that you're using aren't doing everything that you need them to do, it's time to reconsider. So really, at the end of the day, it really just depends on what you want for your business. Where are you called to go? What impact are you called to make? That's really what you have to look at. So what you really should do is look at the current needs of your business and also the future plans of your business. We shouldn't make decisions as business owners based solely upon where we are. Our decisions need to also be based on where we're going. Where is it we're trying to go? That's how we make wise and educated decisions. And a lot of those decisions that we make for our business and how we are going to grow our business and scale our business depends on data. And if you don't have the data, how are you growing your business? A wink and a prayer? I mean, prayer works. I'm a child of the King, and prayer is amazing. But God also calls us to do our part and to be prepared. So that's really it. I mean, y'all asking for, y'all made a girl feel like she was cussing and swearing by talking about Dubsado and Honeybook. But hey, Yoli, thank you for joining. So it really just depends on, where you are in your business and where you're trying to go. And there are several other platforms out there that do everything Dubsado and Honeybook do, and then some. So depending upon where you are in your business, it may be time to look into some of those other platforms. If you're just playing around with business and you're really not trying to grow, and you're really not trying to scale, and you're really not trying to hire a team, and you're really not trying to do all of the things, then Dubsado and Honeybook will work for you. They'll probably work very well for you. But for those of us who are called to hire people, for those of us who are called to make impact in the earth for the kingdom, for those of us who are called to greater things, to just massive impact, Dubsado and Honeybook ain't gonna really cut it. Ain't gonna really cut it for us. No shade. They're great platforms. But everybody in my camp, we track data over here. And we make decisions based on data over here. And those two platforms just simply do not provide you with the amount of data that you need in order to be able to successfully run your business and scale your business. So that's really it. Let me know what you thought. If you, you just came on here and you said I hit you in your gut. I mean, you know how I come, So that's really it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Drop any comments in the comment section. Let me know what you thought. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions. I'd love to hear from you. If you are interested in learning more about how we can work together, you can hit that booking link in my bio on Instagram, on my Facebook page. You can hit that, schedule a consultation with me so we can talk about all of the wonderful ways that we may be able to work together. I would love to be able to serve you and your business and better serving your clients and maximizing the revenue that you're getting from all of your clients, because clients, if you're not maximizing the revenue from your current client base, you're missing some huge opportunities. The statistics say, and the data says, that 80% of your future revenue will come from just 20% of your current clients. So I'm not just out here saying it's important that you keep your clients and that you maximize the amount of revenue you get from all your clients. That's what the data says. And I'm your data girl. So if the data says that much of your revenue is going to come from your existing clients, I would think that you would be interested, and that you would really take serious the importance of looking at what you're currently doing in your business as it relates to your clients, as it relates to your retention, as it relates to your client experience, and making sure that you're doing everything possible to not only keep your clients with you, but also to keep them spending more with you. Because keeping them with you is part of the equation. Getting them to spend more with you, that's really where it is. So if you want to talk more, feel free to schedule a consultation with me. Hit me up in the DMs if you have any comments. Let me know your thoughts, your key takeaways. And I would love to hear from you and talk to you. Thank you, Yoli. I'm glad this came at a great time for you. Wonderful. Hope this helped some of you all out in internet land. Hope you have a wonderful remainder of your day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, if you're catching this on the replay, go ahead and type replay in the comments for me. Let me know what you thought. Love to hear from you. Have a great evening. And until next time, remember to treat people well. Good night, y'all.